Hi everyone, I've gotten a few messages on my previous videos regarding if I would make a video on Mermails without specific cards like halq fabrics, and other than that just being the only thing they really talked about, I thought I could maybe add some of my own little rules for this thing. So with no halq, let's see how budget yet competitive we can make this. Not exactly sure how it's going to come together, but I'm sure there's some way to make Mermails playable without halq fabrics in 2021. That is pretty relatable. The first thing I usually tell someone when they're trying to pick up a new deck is to first focus on what makes up the deck core. So in this case, Mermails, I'm going to assume we have a playset of everything, because that should be the first things people pick up. And all the meta staples that come in and out of the format, that stuff can always come later. This will pretty much make up the Mermails stuff to start with. As for Deep Sea Aria and Prima Donna, I guess those cards could be considered. I don't think I'm going to try and use them in this build though. I could go full synchro and play a playset of launcher to try and find it, since there won't be a halq to put it on the field. Or could go something else. One of these, unofficial Mermail boss monster. Another cool card is Great Bubble Reef. Typically played in Mermails, but she is a link 4 water monster. This good link extender is an engine. I think we can get rid of some of our halqs. Let's go ahead and look for some spell cards that can help our strategy. I think an easy one is this one. One of these. What's another good spell card that extends? We have Monster Reborn. Don't know exactly if that's going to be any good or not. I guess we can have a Twin Twister in here. It's good to get stuff into the graveyard, per se, though it's not that great of a meta card at the moment. Cyclone might be the better option. Could try Desires. You know, not a whole lot of stuff we don't mind banishing. Of course, the Seahorse would probably just be an additional extender at this point. I guess one thing for sure, if we exempt the anemones and the rest of the Mermails stuff, we could try fitting in Ahashima. Get some extra combo potential there. Might be the better option, actually. Well, of course we gotta fit in our Bahamut shark first. Can't believe I almost forgot that. That works well with pike dragoons. Let's move on over here. Let's take out that one. And we can fit in our good friend Appaloosa for some going first disruptions. Of course, I think you can actually swap out that card for a Boral Sword. Same purpose, because we have our level 1 extenders. I think that's pretty much it. Probably fit in desires, I guess. Consistency reasons or some other excuse. Some cheap hand traps at the moment. Drill and Lockbird's pretty fair to use against the meta. But they can also fit in your side deck per se. Let's do a little bit of a snooping on the market. Fresh new reprint, it only sits at $4, and this is probably your best bet to get around some of those Drytron boards that are starting to make waves. So let's fit some of those in here, and let's get some graveyard negations. If we check tcgplayer again, I actually see the lowest one coming in at $2 just about, and this will be your meta staples. And for the most part, it kind of rounds it up. Of course, there's one other card I wanted to look at, but I don't think it'll fit in this type of build, and that's Penguin Knight or Penguin Brave. And it acts as another form of monster interruption in case you weren't aware. Being a level 6, you can summon it using Lapis plus Neptibus, and that'll come across some cool stuff, having another form of negation. So I guess I can clean it up. For the deck, we have 3 Dragoons, the entire Atlantean package, Divas and Minstrel, 3 Launcher because no halq fabrics, a standard Mermail lineup, some Drolls, and some Meisters for hand traps. And we have some spell and trap removal main decked, which could honestly be moved to the side if you wanted, and some consistency boosters. For the extra deck, we have Synchros, Xyz, non-water links, some water links, and that rounds up most of it. Now there is one particular combo I do want to show you guys with this build. By no means is this a consistent combo, but I think it's pretty cool and I want to show you guys. I believe Launcher could be swapped for a Neptibus, and it should work just the same. Could be wrong. You just have to discard another water card. But for this particular hand, we are going to send the Launcher for the 1-for-1. And then Prince. Because we have another water engrave. This will summon out both of our copies of Dragoons. This is what, put 2 waters engrave so far. Let's say we'll go with infantry here. Remember, we haven't used our normal summon. So we'll normal summon our infantry, link off the infantry plus the shark for an Abyssalacia to the zone. This card points to. And this will put us with 5 waters engrave. so we can special summon the Moon Glacier. And, come around your opponent's turn, you negate something with Totally Awesome. You send it to the graveyard, you take their card. Totally Awesome effect, put a water back in your hand, you'll put infantry back in your hand. And you have infantry to discard with Abyssalasia to destroy another card. To search for a play starter for the following turn with Teus. I think given the importance of halq fabrics in the Mermails strategy, the deck would definitely take a major blow should they lose the card, especially if they choose not to play with halq fabrics. It's very, very important, especially because it's a water and has less than 1500 attack, and it's just such a great toolbox card, even if you don't use it to go with the whole Auroradon, Link, and Synchro combos. But in the meantime, I guess going second strategies don't necessarily need halq, although they could rely on it to make access code talker. But if we're talking like major budget issues, that's pretty much out of the question. See you guys in the next video.